Hello everyone and welcome back to my 100% walkthrough for Wild Arms 2. We are finally ready to go on and save the world. We need to head back to the Spiral Tower. We're getting really close to finishing this thing. So go ahead and leave, jump on Lombardia, and head over to the Sea of Mud and make your way back to the Spiral Tower. This is it. If there's anything else that you want to do, like go ahead and reaching level 99, stuff like that, now is the time to do it. Because once we continue on from here, this is the point of no return. Alright, so we've already cleared a couple of floors of this, so it should be a straight shot all the way down. And at this point, I mean, with our level and everything, we shouldn't have to worry about weaknesses or anything. Alright, this was the area where we left. Oops. And again, we want to make sure we don't step on that. We're just going to cross over. There we go. And since we've already got the flare gun from up there, we can just go ahead and head down here. Cross over. Yep. Strange contraption. Ah, yes. Use the flare gun to hit that crystal that's above the door. Alright, so we need to get over to that platform there, and in order to do that, we need to have the two platforms with the blue arrows to open up. We're going to cross over here, hit the red arrows. And cross over here. Go ahead and hit the red arrow because we're going to need that over there. Line up with the blue one. Cross over. Don't hit the first one. And real carefully, just poke over, hit the arrow, cross back over, then up, make sure you're lined up. Do not fall, because if you fall, it will reset everything. Okay, then drop down and cross over, there you go. Alright, so in this room here, we can use the flare gun to lighten it up so we can actually see where we're going. So take a good look at the area in the middle. You'll notice the braziers that are lit and the ones that aren't. So it's north, south, east, and west, while the ones on the corners are not lit. Alright, you'll notice in the middle is the same. So we need to light the braziers that were the same in the room before. So switch to Lilka. And the pretty much the easiest way I found to do this is from the sides, like, you know, if you're facing north, just light the ones on the sides here. That way you got the ones in your middle. Then shoot across with the cold. And then start off up here, get the one in the middle, and then work your way down. And don't stand inside of this, stand here and light the middle, and there you go. Alright, so this is a boss room. We're gonna go back because there are a couple of monsters that we can still locate in this section of the spiral tower. That's right, it's weak to ice, not light. Okay. Alright, so with this boss that's upcoming, it shouldn't be too difficult. We're just going to go ahead and stick to the party that we have of Ashley, Brad, and Lilka. I would have gave Ashley the Sheriff Star, power boost to Brad, and I gave Lilka back her Necromicon. Here we go. It's a powerful pressure. Here it comes. Alright, Grodin is going to go down ridiculously easy. He does have a status condition attack that he will start spamming once both of his claws, or well, once the claw is down. With the party that we've got, and the fact that it only has 10,000 HP, we're going to get this down in no time. So, we're just going to focus the claw first. And then rinse and repeat. We just have the guys attack, and then Lilka can use Saber. Or whatever his weakness is, feel free to use that with her. You'll probably one-shot it with a spell. Haven't had an easy boss fight in a while, have we? It's a long road ahead. Let's hurry up, everyone. So yeah, feel free to save your game, just to keep you from having to go back and do it again in case something goes wrong. We have one last monster to locate in the Spiral Tower. We will make sure to get that before we progress too far. Alright, now we've reached the part of the Spiral Tower where these walls here that have the eye icon on them, these are monster walls. You interact with these, it will throw you into a fight. We need to use some of these to clear a path, and we need to keep some of them up so we have a path. And that was the final monster to locate in the Spiral Tower. We still have some more, but that's going to be later. We'll head up here, and then you can actually walk across here just like that. Just to kind of show you what you're able to do. And this one we can leave up. We're just going to go ahead and hop over to walk out the door, and then walk back. It'll reset the room. And we want to walk up here, and then use this to cross over. And right over here with Ambrosia. Now we can continue on. All right, in this room here, as you can see, I've already triggered some of these. I messed up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I did. So, first things first, what you're gonna wanna do is come down here to this center one, drop a bomb, and then walk over and stand on that red diamond or orange diamond. This is gonna drop down. You wanna interact with this, do the battle to clear out that wall. Once you've done that, go over to the next section there and do the same thing. You want to trigger that one to lower that wall, but do not interact with it. Then come up here and on either side, it doesn't matter, drop a bomb there, stand on the button, this is going to drop, and then you want to walk up, and right here, without dropping down, switch to Tim with the miscloak, and then teleport over. All right, so this one's gonna look a little bit tricky. You notice there's a treasure chest up there, but we can't quite get to it. And it seems like it'd be pretty simple just to go ahead and clear out all these walls as you make your way through it. Actually, no, you wanna cross over here, miscloak. And Ambrosia. And you can just miscloak your way over. Now, you want to make sure that you line yourself up to the leftmost part of this demon wall. Miscloak yourself over. If you get a little bit too far to the right on that platform, you're going to bump into this brazier and you're going to fall. So go ahead and line yourself up here. Miscloak over. And then same deal. Miscloak over and then head up. And you can miscloak over or use Puka, it doesn't matter. Mega Berry. Make sure you don't accidentally fall off. Alright, this room here, you'll notice there's a lot of walls. Don't touch any of them though. You'll notice over here on the left side of the room, there's an electric symbol. Let's use Maribel and zap it. Now, the path with the least resistance is the far left, or the most easterly path. There's only 3 encounters over here compared to the rest of the rows here. Once you're on the other side, I'll walk all the way over here to the side of the room. And that looks familiar. Easy Missile. Easy Missile is a heavy arm used by Brad. A powerful missile will launch an attack on all the enemies. And unfortunately, we don't have any way to upgrade that, because we are now officially in the point of no return. Oh, and there's a treasure chest in here. Well, screw it, let's clear the way to it. That's a Mega Berry. So I'm going to leave it up to you if you want to go through all that and grab that. Interestingly enough, that's not marked in the book that I have. You know, like a few other things that weren't. Okay, this room in here is a bit of a maze. So you have to battle certain walls to make the path you need, but you want to leave other walls up to also have a path available to you to get to the other side. So we're going to start on the west side of the room. Alright, after the second wall, I'm going to go over and hit this one. Up, I'm gonna hit this wall. Around and then clear out these two doors so you get all the way through. now you just go up and follow the path that you have left behind to cross over. Oh no! Alright, this room here, you'll notice all of these demon walls across the walls. Walls and walls. So, there's two of them that we need to clear out to get a hidden item. The first one is going to be right here, so if you're facing north, it's the second from the last wall. And we know what that's for. Switch to Maryville and zap it. Interesting. You actually have to stand about here. There we go. Oh, you didn't have to clear. Oh. I was wrong. You didn't have to clear out that wall after all. Rising Nova. Rising Nova is a bayonet cartridge for use by Zach or Ashley. Using this item will add new ammunition to the bayonet. A lethal attack combining shooting and cutting is delivered to a single enemy. So that is the final arm that we can pick up in Wild Arms 2. And once again, we can't upgrade it unless we want to backtrack all the way back. To get this far and still have people get in my way. Alright, this is Manifestu. This guy, believe it or not, is gonna be a really easy fight. Probably one of the easiest we've had. So he has left and right knee. They only have 5,000 HP. The main body only has 10,000. However, the one thing we gotta be still mindful of, even at our level, is he has an ability called Death Parasite. Once you take out the knees, he's going to start using that. And if it manages to hit somebody, it can instant KO them. So we got to be really careful with that. So, pretty much we're just going to use our brute strength to completely take him out and hope that he doesn't actually use that ability. So, just going to have the guys focus the knees. And I'll have Lilka use Saber on the main body to get it down. Oh. Alright, so it looks like Sheriff Star does have an element attached to it. So I'm just going to replace it with Force Unit for now. And since Lilka is moving faster than the other two, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to have Zach or Ashley and Brad focus the main body, and I'm going to have everybody focus the knee first to finish it off, just to be safe. And this should completely take him out this turn. There we go. Huh? This is strange. What could these feelings be? Feels like I'm near a guardian. Step forward. Wait a minute. What in the world is this? It's like an ocean, but something's different. It's a guardian. This blue mud seems to be one single guardian. How can you tell? I feel it. It has wavelengths similar to other guardians. I once heard something about a blue sea of mud flowing deep under the bowels of the earth. The being that was the origin of everything, the guardian of mud, Glaive Le Gable. The origin of everything. So, the Kapir Belt has been eating the Guardian, the so-called source of life, even advancing on Filgaia. Let's go, everyone. Welcome to Glaive Le Gable, the final dungeon. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and continue on because there is no save point at this point in the game, unfortunately. So this part's going to be pretty lengthy. This video is going to be pretty lengthy. And it looks like we're going to be finishing it here. So, once you reach this first four-way, you're going to want to go to the west. Alright, these are the skull pillars. Now, what these are used for is we need to rotate them in a way to where they will unlock the door moving ahead. And the way to do that is both of the skulls have to be facing in the direction of the door. So this one needs to be full, you know, if you're looking at your compass like this, both skulls need to be facing west. Now, when you move one, the one opposite of it moves 2 spaces. So it goes to the complete basically it just flips back and forth. So we need to manipulate this in a way where they will both face in the direction we need them to. So we try pressing this one. So now this one's facing west, but now this one's facing south. It did a complete 180. So if we press this one again, press it again. Okay, now we know that if we go over here and touch this one will go from east to west. It'll be facing the direction that we need. So if we press this, boom. And these here, all we have to do is just rotate it until it clicks. There we go. Now that we're back here in the main room, we just go complete opposite. We want to go to the east. Now we need both skulls facing to the east. So we're going to do this one. Boom. Not too complicated. Now we want to take the path to the north. Once we reach this four-way, we're going to go left or to the west. And we're going to follow it all the way around. Now at this four-way, we're going to go west. And just rotate it until it clicks. Now back at the four-way, we're going to go north. Alright, this four-way, we're going to go north. Rotate it till it clicks. At the four-way, go east. At this four-way, you're going to go east. And then at this four-way, you're going to go south. Rotate it till it clicks. Oh, it's already facing that way. Okay. So back at this four-way, go east. Go. And now that is 6 skull pillars that are facing the same direction that unlock something. So now we're gonna go north. Or actually, there are still a handful of enemies that we can find in this place, so switch to my mic and use it to be forced into encounters. Alright, that is the final random encounter boss, or random encounter monster that you will discover in this game. So that means when we go look at the monster album, we should be at 337 out of 342. And that is for the final 5 bosses in the game. Congratulations. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. And as usual, we have a skull puzzle. They both need to be facing to the north. Boom. Well, we've made it this far. We're just going to go ahead and keep on going and finish this thing. So, those 6 skull pillars that we had to rotate in random places, well, these are what they unlocked. There's 6 doors, 3 on both sides of the room. Brave Vest. This is the best body armor for Brad. Yes, this unlocks the ultimate chest pieces. So we officially now have access to the best gear in the game. Bridal gown. Labyrinthos. Nine lives. Choice Bois. And the final piece. Full Libra. Oh no. We don't have one for Maryville? That's sad. Well, what does Full Libra do? Nullifies all status abnormalities. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, that's essentially a ribbon. Could have really used that on some of the boss fights, huh? Kind of messed up that they wait until the very end of the game to give it to you. Alright, now with all those picked up, we're going to go through the north door. By the way, this is a point where you can actually step off here and touch the mud. Don't do that. It hurts. And no, there's nothing hiding off in the distance. So, you finally made it here. That voice is Andrew. Where? Where are you? Show yourself!
Cougar Bell was once again trapped in the vessel. But Cougar Bell gushed out of the vessel, and now Podium itself its roots have divided and spread to even the guardian of blood, Glaive Le Gable. At this rate, no matter how much we attack the body, the roots will get energy to endlessly regenerate. First, the 3 roots extending out from Cougar Bell must be cut and their regeneration stopped. I pray for the bill keeps all the goop near the bell from spilling out of the vessel.
Andrew, what's going on? All I can do is believe what Andrew told me. It's necessary to cut these 3 roots to destroy the main body of the Kupier belt. Let's split the party into 4 now. Separate units will attack each root, and the 4th unit will attack the main body. Alright, so the actual more, like, the best way to do this. Route A is going to be for Conan. Route B is going to be for Brad. And lastly, Route C is going to be for Tim. Confirm the assignments of the routes. Route A, Conan. Route B, Brad. Route C, Tim. Is this okay? Okay, let's go with this. Be careful. Alright, let's go. Alright, so now, as Conan, we gotta make our way to the route. Don't fall off into the mud. Now Brad's turn. Now Tim. Oh no. That's okay. We're still good. We're fine. I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with Stair Row on this one. Or no, Let's His Salt. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's His Salt. Tim's battle is gonna be pretty lengthy, but he should be fine. Again, just do your best to not fall off into the mud. Here we go. This is how it should be. This sense of woe will be perfect for my exorcising evil. Alright, at our level and our HP, we should be able to take at least 2 hits from its most powerful attacks before we need to worry about healing. And the best part is that her bionic arms never miss. So, we're just going to start off. We're going to use Vortex Cut. Depending on your level, just use the strongest ability that you have available. When she gets hit, she's going to have access to higher. The root only has 15,000 health, so this should be absolutely no problem. The Galactic Explosion is actually labeled as its most powerful attack. Alright, with the Talisman equipped, she should be able to take at least 3 hits before having to worry about healing. This thing is about dead. He's going to use Gat level 4 and Eagle Claw and finish this fight. Route 1 is down. Congratulations, Conan. You're gonna be a hero. You're saying that with all this pressure, there's more out there? Alright, Brad has so much HP, we don't have to worry about this at all. Just get up 100 FP, use boost and railgun, and it should take him out. I forgot to reload. Oh no, he's got disease on him. Whatever will we do? Boost and railgun. GG. Yeah, looking cool. You deserve it, buddy. This is part of the parallel universe trying to consume us. Alright, so if you're in a situation like me where Tim is only equipped with a normal Guardian rather than one of the strongest Guardians where we can't use high combo, that's fine. With our level and our stats, even a normal Guardian should be able to do a pretty good amount of damage. So, how we're going to address this is we're just going to attack or take hits until Tim has 100 FP, and we're just going to use Combine and let the Guardian do the work. You want to make sure you have at least 100 FP, so that way when you use Combine, you still have enough FP left over for spells. So that did 8,000 damage. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do Combine again and just get this fight over with. Yay! Good job, Tim and Puka. Oh no! The world is currently going through massive devastation! By the way, if you're hearing a massive storm outside, I apologize. It's dangerous here. Hurry and get inside. Your Highness, to come to such a place. This ghastly thing is a battle risking Filgaia's fate. The battle of the heroes. No, sir. Everyone has weaknesses and frailties. They are humans just like us. They're humans who shed tears and blood. They get hurt and ragged, but still fight. It's not a battle of heroes. It's people just like us fighting. So we have to fight with them. But I am powerless. Fighting is... Let's believe. That'll be our battle. To offer a prayer, intense feelings always reach the intended. The one's prayers and goodwill distance makes no difference no matter how far it is. I don't want to let go of the hand's clasp. Our support won't reach from here. We need to move closer, Scott. In my humble opinion, the power of emotions is simply unrealistic. But to not be able to believe in my friends here and now, that isn't a world worth. It's not logic. It's my own conclusion. Luca and Tim, Brad, Conan, and Maryville, come back safely. Please, Zach, fight. And All right, time for the main team. All right, so this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky because as you'll see, we have 6 skull pillars and they all need to be facing north. And just so you know, whichever one that you touch, it affects the 2 next to it. So if I were to press, say if I press this one, it's going to switch this one and this one right here. So how do we get all of these from facing south to north? Well, let's give her a try. Let's start with the middle. Okay. Now, all right, so now the left side is facing north, so let's do the same thing with the ones on the right. There we go. This is it. Andrew? Why? That's what your face is saying. I don't understand. I just don't understand. We fought side by side to protect Filgaia, right? Then why? You're right. I fought for Filgaia too. I'm no different from you on that point. Then what are you thinking? What are you trying to do here? I knew of the threat the Kabir Belt posed before anyone else. To fight the being consuming the world, a large power is needed, almost as large as Filgaia. But there are as many opinions as there are people. People aren't strong enough to instantly unify against such an imaginable threat. That's why I created a clearly perceptible threat for people to experience. That was the terrorist organization Odessa. An easily understood threat disturbs people more easily. What would happen if the defenders of justice showed up? Yup, you arms guys showed up. People began to unite across national boundaries. You already know that. To oppose the Kupir Belt, all countries set cooperative policies to fight against it together. The prison of Mana, Trapezohedron, couldn't have been invoked without cooperation from all 3 nations. But what you've done is wrong. People have been hurt from your plan. Some have even lost their lives. It was all to protect Filgaia, to protect the future of humanity. I can't sacrifice an individual for the larger goal. If I could have gotten the power to fight, if I could have gotten the Argatlum, I would have taken such measures. But without becoming a hero, I won't be able to save Filgaia. What? What is it?
It's clear that physical attacks on the parallel universe and a conceptual being are meaningless. So think of the universe as a life form. Consider it a spirit and seal it in a vessel. In essence, the flesh that should have been destroyed is created. It's what I suggested to Odessa, By using the demon summoning my sister will have inside her by making Altasia a vessel, the abominable life form will...
Stop! How far will you go to achieve your goals? Are you saying you offered your own sister as a sacrifice?
It wasn't to be a sacrifice, but to be a hero. Not the Sword Mages, but the Madonna of Destruction summoned under Valeria's name.
Anastasia never wanted anything like this.
I don't expect you to forgive me. In order to save your Gaia, I had no choice. We have to destroy the Glaive Le Gable on our own, before my consciousness gets swallowed up.
Is it already too late?
I know myself better than anyone else. But it's strange. Even though I know we'll slash each other, I have no fear or regrets. I'm happy. I'm happy I had the opportunity to be with you all rather than be sad we won't see each other again. I'm really happy I got to be with you all and that we can protect the guys together.
I promised Anastasia that I'd stop Valeria's suffering. Andrew, Altasia, let's fight together. Okay, so to clarify, you remember that little morally gray choice that Irving and his sister made before that I pointed out? This is that morally gray choice. That is what it looks like. We are in Altasia's womb. Altasia is the vessel. So, the way we're going to handle this is we're going to have Ashley access and start beating away at the core. Lilka is going to be our primary healer, while Maryville takes care of basically some side magic attacks. Now, there is the right shoulder and left shoulder, but considering this is the final boss, we're just going to focus on the core. It's got 40,000 HP, so it's going to be a little bit for us to take it down, but we shouldn't have any trouble. it's over. Hey, we won, right? We all were able to save Gaia, right? Then why is everyone so sad? Were we wrong? Because we won, we were right, right? Because we won, we were right isn't a reason. Everything that happened here is a fact. That's all there is to it. We didn't win or lose. It's just over. Finished.
Who are you?
Lord Legend. You asked who I am. That's all chapter we've been through together. For so long, we even fought too.
No, you were disaster as a truthful guy around the fire.
I finally been free from those chains. Great to have a body again. I know my face. It was my good fortune to live inside my body after being trapped behind the visualizing. The negative feelings that grew inside my during battles are now the fruit that sustains me.
My negative feelings? You're saying I don't resurrect you?
It's not just me. Swirling inside all humans are the most unsightly strong energy forces. In your battles, you can see the true nature of people, and that's that negative energy that I feed on. I will give you the honor of witnessing the world burning into oblivion.
Stop it! Now!
Are you going to climb? That's abominable, Armageddon. That is definitely the absolute perfect soul to destroy you. But don't say you forgot that you weren't able to draw the Armageddon. Once you had my strength, the strength you tried my soul, then you fight right out the soul. Now that I clean your body, you're only a mere human. You cannot draw the Armageddon. Armageddon is meant to be wielded by the hero of the soul. The mythic era of no heroes, and live in the fear of the futures that will burn to smithereens.
It's definite I'm not the hero chosen by the soul.
Then why struggle? Don't resist me. Accept the nature.
The world we live in, the all-important Gaia, it's not such a human world that is sustained by the power of only a hero. This world is full of the interactions and exchanges of the people and their thoughts, so the power that sustains the universe exists in Gaia. It's the power of all life. A time without heroes, that's what you said. No, not without heroes, but an era that doesn't need heroes. We don't need a hero. There's no value in the world protected by such things. If everyone's hearts become one, then we can rise and stand together. We can support the world without sacrificing a hero. Miracles can happen. We can never make the same mistakes Anthony made.
Siegfried, the hero of the sword from Arkham.
Let's go. Let's all go fight this together.
So this fight here is scripted. You can die if you're not careful, but if you need healing, just use refresh. But the main thing that we want to use to end this fight is we want to spam impulse. Sword attack with power of friends.
That's it exactly. The Arkham isn't a weapon to bury demons. By gathering the will to live as a power, it becomes the key to open the door to the future. It's not a power to be wielded alone. It's a power for everyone to wield together. Has it arrived? Has my prayer arrived? If it won't arrive when I pray alone, we'll pray together as one. Everyone is born on this star and live here.
Are you noticing what's going on? The sword draws from the power of combined hearts. We have managed to unite the world to a single cause.
Everything depends on being alive. Only when you're alive do you get to fall in love or get to fight with others. If tomorrow comes because today's light starts the creation of the future, then this light should be delivered to those battling at the end of today. I can clearly feel it. Right now, all the souls in Pogaya are trying to join together. It's stopping all life from fighting simply to keep alive. We are not powerless. We have the strength of our united hearts. Take this power and throw it against the wars confronting you.
This battle is to save our precious world. That's why we must fight through. We don't need to be protected by someone special. Because it's important, so very important, we must protect it ourselves. If someone has to be the hero, then anyone should be able to become the hero. The prayers must have reached them, right? Everyone is fighting to protect Pogaya now.
Push it all off, dude.
because it's so important, we're going to protect it with our own hands. I'm not sure we can handle it on our own, so if we get into trouble, help us out, dude, okay? When you get into a bind, the young arms can help you out in return. We like Filgaia just like everyone else. I love it. This world, the life we live, it's sad, all. I like today better than yesterday, and I like the unknown tomorrow even more. Let's all head off to tomorrow together. Everyone together.
Boom! So, it's finally over. We won, right? Zach won, right? I wasn't the one that won. Everyone here and everyone waiting for us. And, well, it's a victory we won together. I'm not a hero. It's the future we grab hold of for ourselves. Come on, give me a break. Don't hassle me. I refuse to ever do such unsuitable work. Let's go home together. Let's all go home to Filgaia. To the world we've all been waiting for. That was the moment the strain and tension finally slackened. More than having destroyed the Coupier Belt or Lord Blazer, seeing everyone's laughter again makes me realize it's really over. But you all aren't the only ones laughing. I have someone waiting for me, and when I heard someone saved a place for me to return to, I broke into laughter too. Colette said thanks to me, so I said thanks back. That's not so strange, is it? Because in that moment, that's what I wanted to say. And so everything was disclosed. At the beginning and end of this battle was the sin named Valeria. This sin was called a hero. If the lives in Filgaia survive because of this sin, then its continued life is its atonement. It's good for the sin to live on in atonement. Those who can atone are. The cross that is too heavy to bear alone is no longer so when everyone on this star supports it. Sleep now, the blood of Valeria. No one needs a hero anymore, now that they've realized their might. If the darkness meant to destroy Filgaia's future is dismantled, the chant of peace hoped for will be heard. No matter what you say, humans are strange creatures. Besides being frail, people get lost along the way and make false moves. Then they sometimes don't realize their mistakes and hurt those who are close. Yet at the same time, they know how to link arms and band together. If you ask why, must you answer so? While acknowledging their own weaknesses, when they take aim at a far-off goal, they join hands. Those who extend a hand and those who take the hand can't be done without trust. Hold on there just a minute. It's not clear if humans are weak or strong from this. Well then, I'll try to explain it. A Crimson Noble's time is eternal.
A broken clock starts to move to some rhythm. A clock that had stopped like that starts to move. Stories always start suddenly. Focus your eyes, listen closely, and pay attention. The life starting now is even more unpredictable than the battlefield. To be honest, if I were thrown out on my own, I'd be apprehensive. Yet, that doesn't mean I'd just stop. You're on my side. Better still, I have friends who will fight beside me. Next time, I'll have them help. A real hero is very cool, but I'd never be able to fill that role. So, it's all the sham, I guess. That's not bad either.
For things to change, to go from the past to the future, is for time to pass. It is not only me, everyone will eventually go their own way. I know, I'm not crying. I'm okay. I'm cool. That's because it's not goodbye, but till we meet again. No matter where you go, it's not an end, but a beginning. I'm happy that we are all departing for our new lives together. I mean, I was lucky enough to meet everyone here who I love with all my heart. The King of Maria Bal has officially announced the dissolution of arms. Even if this didn't happen, we all would have eventually pursued our own destinies. So today's goodbye isn't sad for me. Even if it was only for a moment, our hearts were once joined together as one. And even if we're not heroes, we accomplished a major feat. If we join our souls, we can accomplish things even a noble hero can't do. No matter where we go, if we join our hearts, we'll always be together. Well, Celeste, have I changed? Yeah, you have. You're kind of different. You look more mature. I think you're taller. Wait, let's see. Well, that's a cute way to do it. Your kiss is far away. It's been a long time since we've all been together like this. I can't believe a year has passed already. I know! It's the 1-year anniversary of Andrew and Altasia's death. Is it okay like this? Isn't this an important sword? Won't someone steal it if it's just left here on the grave? It doesn't come out that easily, so it's no problem. Sorry I'm late. It's Zach's bad habit to show up late on important occasions. But, oh, how cute! A blue sky, that's something so common could be so important. For me, it's a large enemy. So right. The tale of the ordinary continues forever. That's why it's ordinary. From the past to the present and to the future. A hero didn't save Filgaia. It was all of us living here in Filgaia that saved it. I believe there's great significance in that. Hey, hey! You had twins, right? A girl and a boy? Have you decided on a name? Huh? Yeah, right. Tell me! I guess it's, how embarrassing. What pretty names. The names of these kids are the sweetest and purest in all of Filgaia. Really? I guess. Even if they get lost along the way, be sure to protect them. We're never alone, right? Right? I'm not a hero. The protagonist of this endless tale is... An extra file containing the game clearance data will be created. Is this okay? Go ahead and hit yes. The extra file is for viewing the movie and the data from clearing the game. It's not possible to return to the game from the extra file. We recommend either creating a new file or else choosing a file to write over. So yeah, if you want to go back to your save file before you finish the game and actually go back out and do whatever you want to do, then keep that file and then just create a new one for your clear data. And you'll notice on the bottom left it says extra file. Now, if you've actually made it this far, let's go ahead and look at that really quickly, just to kind of verify everything. So in here we can just kind of look at how everybody's statuses were whenever you finish the game. You can also check the Monster album, which as you'll see, we made 100%. And then you can view all 6 movies or, CGI cutscenes, whatever it is that you want to call them. You can see your clear data, which mine was 52 hours and 17 minutes. But yeah, that's it. That's the end. Finishing everything, if you followed along with my guide, not only will you have accomplished 100% of Wild Arms 2, but you will also have achieved the Platinum if you're on the console version trying to get all the trophies. Entering Glaive Le Gable would have gave you Heart of Filgaia, defeating Lord Blazer gave you No Need for Heroes, and then once you've completed all those, the end of the game would have unlocked your Platinum trophy called Second Ignition. So if you made it this far, congratulations, I am proud of you all. You all did awesome. And thank you guys for allowing me to guide you through this journey. If you've been here since the start, I really appreciate you. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I got while doing this series. I'm looking forward to the next adventure that we decide to go on. So, I'm gonna head off. Thank you all so much for watching. If this guide helped you out, please be sure to leave a big thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you're new and you would like to join me on future adventures, please be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here. But until next time, my name is Mike. This is Dad's World of Gaming. Thank you all so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.